Right lads, so this first question is an inequality in disguise, okay? So it's an inequality in disguise, and what I mean by that is, I'll show you here very briefly. If I give you this question here as a solving question, so minus 7 plus 2x, so if I give you minus 7 plus 2x and I put down equals 1 there, if I put down equals 1. So now, this is a solving question, and always in solving questions you have a left-hand side and you have a right-hand side. And I've always told you a good way to attempt solving questions is to try and put the unknown on the left-hand side and the numbers on the right-hand side. Now, not always the case, and you'll see that more in Leave Insert. But left-hand side here, you often put the unknown. In our case, in this question, that's the x's, and on the right-hand side we put the numbers. Okay, so the numbers there, if you didn't understand what that means. So looking at this in the left hand side here, right, if I go first of all straight away, I've got a number. The number is on the left hand side, he's supposed to be on the right hand side over here. So I need to get rid of that minus 7. How do I get rid of that minus 7? I'm going to add 7 to that side there, that whole side. When I do that, I will get left with 2x. And if I add 7 to the left, I must add 7 to the right to balance it out. If I don't do that, I'm not balancing it out. Add 7 on the left, add 7 on the right. I've now got 8. So 2x is equal to 8. Now that's our first objective. We've got all the x's to the left. We've got all the numbers to the right. But we've got 2 footballs. We don't have 1 football. So that's 2 multiplied by x. So we simply divide by 2. To get, if we had 3 footballs, we divide by 3. If we had 5 footballs, we divide by 5. But we divide by 2, we get our 1 football. But of course, if we divide one side by 2, we're going to divide the other side by 2 as well. And we'll end up with 4. So that's grand if that was a solving question. But it's not a solving question. This is an inequality. It's minus 7 plus 2x is less than or equal to 1. So this is the first fellow we need to talk about here. Less than or equal to. How did I know that? Well, I told you yesterday and in previous times gone by, when you look at an inequality from the left to right, this is the small bit here first. So that means less than. This side over here is less than the right hand side. But this line underneath also means less than or equal to. So we just continue on the same way as we would with solving though. So I'm going to say again, I'm going to get the x's on the left hand side. I'm going to get the numbers on the right hand side. So that's the left hand side for the x's, the numbers on the right hand side. So I'm going to start off. There's a minus 7. I'm not happy where he is. So I'm going to get rid of that minus 7. I'm going to add 7 there to the left hand side. When I do that, I'm going to get left with 2x is less than or equal to. Now if I add 7 to one side, I must add 7 to the other. So 7 and 1 is 8, and that's it balanced out. Now like before, we've 2 footballs are less than or equal to €8. I'm now going to divide by 2 here to give me my 1 football. There's my 1 football, and if I divide one side by 2, I must divide the other side by 2 as well. And we get an answer of 4 there. Now, so our answer now returns here. We've got x is less than or equal to 4. That's when we worked out that fella there. X is less than or equal to 4. But we've also now got to bring back into play this fella here. X is an integer. So x is also an integer here. So that's what it tells us in the question. I'll keep that in blue there. X is an integer. So what does that mean? Well, let me jump it up. I should have had it pre-prepared, but I'll get it done now. So we're going to go to staff, we're going to go to V. Clark, we're going to go formulas and tables here. At least I think that's what we got there. And in our formulas and tables page there, slideshow, it looks a bit big there. What we got, sets and logic. I think this is the lad. No, maybe it's 23. So on this page here, fits in perfectly. So if you notice this line here, integers, which is Z. And you look at that, can you see what you see there? So can you see what you see? And basically what you see is that these are all positive or negative whole numbers. Positive or negative whole numbers. So can you tell me now, looking at this question, the positive or negative whole numbers less than or equal to 4. So I suppose I could say my solution set there would be something, or well, I'm not even writing it down, but less than or equal to 4. So how do I represent that in the number line? Big fat dot. 4 is less than or equal to 4. 3 is less than or equal to 4. 2 is less than or equal to 4. So is 1. So is 0. So is minus 1. So is minus 2. And we need a big arrow there because that's continuing on to infinity and beyond. And the solution set I talked about there, I suppose if I was to show it, I could do it this way. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, dot, 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 continuing on to infinity. And that is that question done.